Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game. Do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm sad to say I'm sorry, so I pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Trying for one day. Wanna live a life. Sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. Oh no. Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found
What's going on, guys? It's the Outcasts, and welcome back to another video. Anyways, if you guys are new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and also leave some feedback on what you guys think of our content, what we should do differently, or some future video ideas. But anyways, let's get right into it. So I went ahead and started by putting a little simple 2x2 tower, even though it is a 4x4 foundation base. Go ahead and just do it, kind of like how I do it if you want everything to run out perfectly. But to have it like a 4x4, even though it's a 2x2, it allows you to layer the walls a lot easier, so I went ahead and just did that. Next, I went ahead and cut a hole in the floor, put a tech jenny, and then put some vaults down here. Trust me, you're going to want to vault drop the entire inside of this. Just know, you can't fill this unless you break a wall or a ceiling to get in, so make sure you put a good amount of element or have a generator hidden somewhere by it so you can power this whole thing. But anyways, build the walls up 12 high, and then build your pillars up 6 high. Next, go ahead and put your hatch frame layout kind of like this. Yes, it looks a little confusing, but I said, hey, let's do a different hatch frame layout. As you know, every single one of my designs for turret towers have just been really basic, simple layouts, but I mean, they're always effective. But anyways, I went ahead and just added a little bit of a different type of hatch frame layout. Next, get your turret layout kind of like this. Looks a little confusing, but it's actually not that confusing once you get it figured out. Just know that this entire design is based on the 250 turret limit. So if you guys, it can work on the 100 turret limit if you guys basically do it right. So you guys can either choose this turret tower or the turret wall that's on the front entrance. But if you're on the 250 turret limit, you can build both of these. As you know, a lot of you guys have been saying that you want higher turret limit, and then a lot of you guys have been saying that you want more official turret limit and stuff. So we're going to mix it up. We haven't done a turret limit over 100. This is the 250 turret limit for this whole entire design. But anyways, go ahead and vault drop the entire tower. After you're done, it should look something like this. This is the most OCD friendly turret tower that I've ever made. And then what we're going to do is build 8 foundations out from here, and we're basically going to put a layering of double door frames all around the tower. Just basically stop like trike rushing and stuff like that. Next, we're going to work on the turret wall. And this turret wall, I don't really need to show you guys a proper design because it's a turret wall. I mean, it's pretty obvious what you do. You basically just build walls, but I went ahead and did it 3 layers thick. So, you know, because it's a cave damage thing. I think this is 6x cave damage, which means you're going to need a lot of layering. So I recommend you put tons of vaults. And also, for this design, I did not put the vaults all the way up to the ceiling, as you don't really need to, but if you guys want to, that is optional. I actually have it in the material list on how many vaults that you will properly need. So after layering, it should look a little bit like this. I went ahead and left a sniping area, but how I laid out the turrets, like, because I know you guys complained about it a couple times, because yes, I did mess up with the turret placement. But for this new one, I put turrets up higher so that they'll shoot if somebody get PT spin. And also at the top, it may look like you can PT spin in there, but you really cannot. And yes, I did test it. So after you're done, it should look, I don't really have a video on what it should look like, but If you want to know what it looks like, you can go back to the intro of the video. I have it posted in there. But it's a very simple turret wall. You know, I didn't really need to show you guys specifically how to do it. If you want to know like how to properly build it, like step by step, you can go to some of my older videos where we actually did step by step. But then again, you guys don't really watch it for that long, so we're trying to keep you guys more entertained by doing shorter content to get straight to the point. But anyways, next we're going to be building a hanging tower over this giant water entrance, and here's how we're going to do it. So if you see here, we're placing fence foundations all along the edges and then placing a pillar in the middle on the left one. And then what this allows for is you can place foundations into the pillars, which basically means that the foundations go right into the cliff plat, making it very OCD friendly like that, as you guys can see. Next is probably going to be one of the hardest parts that you'll ever do in this, and that's the pillar placing. As you can see, I basically dropped them all down as low as, well, not as low as they possibly can go, but pretty low. And the biggest issue with this is they never place. They never place right. So my patience for this was getting a little out of hand. I'm not even joking. Just to place these, just to place one row probably took about 4 minutes. And it's just, yes, that doesn't sound like a long time, but whenever you're really actually building these and you need to get this stuff done quickly, it takes forever. So that's going to be very tough for you guys. So you guys are going to need grappling hooks, some kind of flyer. If you have flyers, definitely use a Quetzal because this is insane. Next, for the ceiling placement, I went ahead and placed some ceilings, skip 3, place more ceilings, basically make it all look pretty even except for on the top. I only skipped 2 because you really don't need any more. All you gotta do now, put hatch frames, put some heavy, some techs, just really whatever you want, and this thing will probably be one of the hardest things to take down for your enemy. This is what it should look like after you're done. I went ahead and put a tech force field, basically put all the little stuff that you really need up there. If you want to use this for the best capabilities so people cannot cannon this down, even though cannoning would literally take probably 500 cannonballs, go ahead and put your tech force field on 5.4, and it's the perfect one. Coming up next, this is going to be the hardest portion of the entire, okay, no. Surprisingly, this is not the hardest portion, but it's the second hardest portion, and that is the hanging turret walls, but are also unconnected to the ground. I also saw this in a couple videos, and these are actually very effective, so yes, you can say that I copied it. Yeah, go ahead. I'm showing you guys how to build them though, so you can't be mad at me for that. But anyways, this is the most time consuming thing that you will probably do. No, the platform for the main base is the most time consuming. Jesus, that thing's like 1,000 foundations. Don't ask. But this thing's very time consuming and very annoying to build, as you know how pillars are. You have to build from the ground up, because if you build from top to bottom, it does not really snatch right. But anyways, just do a little simple layout like this on a cliff plat, just run it along the back. Basically bring it to the ground, place some ceilings, some foundations. I went ahead and dropped the bottom so they can't run through. Put a lot of turrets. I only put 50 turrets on each of these because of the 250 turret limit. If you are on the 100 turret, you can really only put about 25 on each. Actually, I think a little bit less than that. So that's going to be a pretty big issue. But anyways, if you guys are still watching, make sure to comment OCYT and I'll be sure to heart your comment. Next up, it should look like this after you're completely finished. Oh yeah, that's the Tuso death thing. I filled that thing with squids. But anyways, this is what it should look like after it's done. 3 turret walls and then a space in between. I just put a bunch of random spam in here. And then you got 2 more. But yeah, in the water down there, I went ahead and put a lot of squids to stop people from getting through. So next up, due to how this cave is laid out, I couldn't put anything on this entire area until right about here. So I went ahead and put a little tiny basic turret wall, kind of like the front one, but this one goes all the way up. It's literally the exact same design, so you can copy what I did from there, and then basically use this on here. Here's the little sniping area too. Now for the most terrifying part, this. I put a 7x7 in the middle on top of there, and then surrounded it with probably 400 to 500 foundations. Yes, it's scary, I know. So next up, in the very back, I went ahead and extended the platform a little bit. And just put a little area for like your vaults, your cryos, a tech teleporter, because why not? And I went ahead and put a bunch of heavies and some techs on there. But as you can see here, these are going to be for our cryo fridges. There was a little bit of an issue with the placements. Some of them were raised, but that's not that big of a deal. They're still cryo fridges and they still work. But this will take 36 cryo fridges in each thing. And basically what you do is build them kind of like this, and then you place them in a zigzag kind of pattern. until it should look like this. After you're done, it should look a little something like this. Pretty base out, whoa, that's a new one. Pretty basic layout. I said basic and layout in the same word, and I said base out. That was it's kind of cool. But anyways, right in front of these, yes, right in front, right here, I went ahead and demoed some of these and put some Dedi storages. So there was a total of 16 Dedi storages in each of these 2x2s. Next, I went ahead and built a pretty basic crafting station, putting just like 9 indies, 3 indie grinders, 5 chem benches, no, 5 smithies. Man, I can't talk today. But you guys see what's on screen. It was pretty basic. And then back here, I put some cloning chambers, just because you know a lot of you guys are gonna need it. Next, I went ahead and built a pretty basic layout. There, I said it right again. But I built it for the hatchery over here. It's a huge hatchery, and then I built right next to the little things with railings. That is basically where you store your babies and let them raise. Because if something gets killed in the base, you know the babies like to run off. It's the perfect spot, especially if you put a gate and you completely frame all of it off. Next, I went ahead and built a 7x7 over here, and all I really did was put 3 layers of vaults. One being up the entire room on the entire wall, and then 2 that were basically on the entire wall right by it, but had a little entrance to go right by them. Put a tech force field in the middle, put a tech Jenny in the middle also, put some sleeping pods, and then put 5 personal rooms up top, and that basically completes the entire full base design video. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like if you're new, and hit that subscribe button. Also, leave some more feedback on what you guys think about our videos. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.